Hello Yarniversee students, thank you for tuning into my video today. My name is Jillian and I am a yarn addict, a yarn fanatic to say the least. But thank you for tuning into my video today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because it's me. Duh. But today we are going to be talking about things that will make your crochet life easier. Because you know, when you're starting out, it could be hard and discouraging, and then even when you're a pro, your shoulders start hurting, your hands start cramping, your finger got a dent in it because of the way that you hold your string. There's so many ways that you can feel discouraged when you're learning crochet. So I decided that I would, me, the person, the kind-hearted, loving Jillian that I am, that I would go look for some things that will help you on your crochet journey. Because I want you to keep crocheting. I want you to make some fire pieces. Whether you're making hats, whether you're making dresses, whether you're making teddy bears, whatever it is, I want you to be great at it. So let me help you. I don't want you to be stressing yourself out going to look for all of the things that I'm mentioning in this video. So I will leave all, if not most if not all the items, a link to the items in the description, and they should be added to my Amazon storefront once I figure out how to work that. Yeah, well, I'll just link everything down below. The first thing we're going to talk about is this crochet blocking board. Now, I won't lie to you, most of the projects that I do, I don't usually block my projects, but there's so many different ways to block it. Some people block it by using a steamer. Oops, I told you what the next one was. Well, some people use a steamer, some people submerge their pieces in water and then let it dry, and that helps their pieces stretch out. But you can also use this block, this blocking board. The blocking board, you usually use it for like square pieces. So if you're using granny squares, then that's a great way to use the blocking board. Another thing that you can get to help you out when you're crocheting is a yarn winder. Now, you can get your traditional yarn winder or you can get your electric yarn winder. Of course, Lazy Jillian has the electric one, but it doesn't matter which one you get as long as you feel like you want to be winding up for a little bit, you do that. But Jill cranks the button up and then turns it back off, cranks the button up and turns it back off, okay? But it doesn't matter which one you get because they both serve the same purpose and they both get the job done. I do believe the price points is probably one is more by $15, so one's $15 and probably one is $30, or am I lying to you? Maybe. I feel like I paid about $50 for mine, so $15 and $50, whatever the difference is between that. But yeah, it's a good product. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me show you something that I winded up with my electric knitting machine. This is the yarn cake from my brand Yarniversee, and I winded this up on the electric winding machine, and this is what it looked like before. So imagine me having to wind all of this up by hand. So of course I'm gonna advocate for the electric one. This is a yarn holder. So this one is a wooden yarn holder. It is one that you would probably traditionally leave on a countertop or tabletop, and then you would just attach your yarn onto it, and then you can just start crocheting or knitting if you're a knitter watching this video. But you can use it to crochet, and it allows you to keep your yarn off of the floor, and it allows you to keep your yarn clean. It allows you to do so many different things, and for your yarn to tangle a lot less. That was only one yarn holder, so I'm going to show you like 4 other ones, because although they do the same thing, it depends on what kind of vibe you have. If you want one that's standing up, if you want one that's a bowl, if you want one that's a keychain. So let me show you what I have here. I have the one that is like, it lays, so the one I showed you before is stand straight up, but this one lays vertical, horizontal, brain fog, whatever. It lays flat, right? But you can also leave your hooks on it, you can leave all of your materials on it, and I guess it's a great way to keep organized as well. This one is a bowl, so you put I feel like this one would probably only work if you have like yarn balls, not if you have, or yarn balls or yarn cakes. And I feel like you are limited to the size of the yarn that you can put in there, because you can't put the yarn that I just showed you in there. you just can't. Yeah, I mean you could, but you could, because anything is possible, but you know, the size is just because it has a lid, it has a cover, so you'll be trying to stuff a cover on top of a really big piece of yarn or really big yarn cake, and I don't think it will work that well. But if you're using yarn balls, perfect. Okay, so this one is another, it's like the same one that I just showed you, but it's a plastic kind, so it serves the same purpose. Now this one is super cute. This is a yarn holder, but it's a keychain, so you can take it wherever you're, you know, going. Because I'm a person that I crochet on the go. Like if I know I'm going somewhere and I'm gonna be sitting for a long time, there's crochet in the bag. There's something to crochet in my bag. Okay, I'm the kind of person that I like to sit in somewhere that's real scenic, real cute, that gives a vibe, and crochet. So this is really cute, and it's a great way to take your crochet around. Now I will say I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this one, but there is a keychain or like a yarn holder bag. So it has the plastic one that I showed you before, but it has a like strap, so it's like a bag, and then you could crochet on the go. This one is also a yarn holder, but it's stationary like the first and the second one, I believe. This one has a lot of compartments to store your yarn, to store your scissors, to store your hooks, so it is a great way to keep organized as well. If you're a beginner crocheter, something that will make it really easy for you to start crocheting is to get a yarn kit. So a yarn kit, it could be a $15 to $30. I'm sure that if you go on TikTok shop, they got one for $6 right now. Right as we speaking, they got one for $6 and they got a coupon. So you could go run to TikTok and get that right now. But a crochet kit, because it comes with hooks, it comes with stitch markers, it comes with a whole bunch of stuff, and you won't have to necessarily go outside and get a $6 ball of yarn alone, and then also get stitch markers, and then also get hooks, and then also get a scissor, because it'll be all in one compartment or all in one package, and it will be you know, a nice concise compressed price. But another thing that you want to do if you are already crocheting, or if you already have that yarn and that needle and the scissors, and you don't have a stitch marker and you're a beginner, you might want to get a stitch marker, because it helps you keep up with your stitches. I can't tell you how many times I lost count of how many stitches that I have, but it's honestly easy. As long as you know where you are on your piece, you can always count back to see what, you know, how many stitches you have. Like I mentioned before, if you aren't good at keeping count of your stitches, you can get a handy dandy stitch marker. Now, while you're doing your rows, you're gonna want to press your button. I have a stitch marker, a row counter on my electric knitting machine, so I'm gonna show you that. Now, the one that I showed you a picture of is a handheld, so you're always gonna have to, you know, press it when you're done your row, when you finish your row. But I have an electric knitting machine, and this is the row counter. So once this purple piece passes this purple piece, it's connected by a magnet, and so let's see, it turned to 1. So I think I told y'all that it was next, but I never even mentioned it. Steamers. So steamers are a good way to block your project, because I feel like getting your whole project submerged in water and then waiting for it to dry, waiting for yarn to dry, is like pulling teeth. I just think that having a steamer and getting the little fuzzies off, and it actually like the steamer has two purposes, kind of like. It stretches it and then it gets the fuzzies off. I've seen somebody try to get like the fuzziness of the yarn off by burning it. So, but when you're doing that, you actually have to be very, very, very careful, because then you're going to burn your work, and then you're never going to want to pick up a crochet hook again. I'm tracking. I'm just kidding. But you can actually burn your project. So you can use a not a match, but what you call those things, a lighter, or you can use a steamer. But I wouldn't advise the lighter, because I don't want y'all to blame me when y'all house burned down, because y'all burnt y'all piece and then y'all left it in the room to burn the room down, and then the room burned the house down. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want you to come back and say, yeah, Jillian, the one that owns Yarniversee, she told me that I could burn the hairs off my project, and then I burned the whole project, and then I was too scared, and then I dropped the project in the room, and then the carpet got on fire, and then, you know, so we could sue her. I don't want to be held liable, so just get the steamer. I know I told you about a blocker or a project blocker earlier, the blocker board, the blocking board, but they also have a blocking mat that you would lay on the floor, or if you want to be real spontaneous, you can hang it up on the wall with some wall adhesive. But you know, we're talking simple things right now. So you can, so it's like one of those children's mats for adults, how we gonna call it that, but it's like, it connects together like those mats that you see in like a kindergarten classroom, or like the ABCD mats that have the letters and the numbers in it. So it connects like that, and it's kind of the same material as well, but you have not hooks but needles that will go into it. So you would stick the needle through your project, and you stick the needle through the mat, and then it would stretch out your project for you. So that's another form of blocking, or another blocking tool. Okay, before I was telling you guys only about the basic stitch markers, but there's so many different stitch markers, or so many ways you could go about having stitch markers. You could even go about making your own stitch markers. I'm going to show you two. This one is butterflies. There's a one that's turtles. They have some cats. So I'm sure whatever your favorite, even they probably even have elephants, whatever your, and they have names. Well, I don't think names, but they have letters, so you can spell out your name. Because, you know, I know you like yourself a lot, so just get the one that spells out your name. But yeah, so you can get that. Okay, so these two are more for yourself and your physical health when you're crocheting, because crocheting can take a toll on your body. My shoulder be on fire, and I know there's a girl on TikTok that she makes beautiful dresses, but she took a break from crocheting for I think a month because her shoulder, I think she had problems with her shoulder. So your shoulder can go, it can be in a lot of pain from crocheting, especially if you're crocheting consistently all the time, every day, no breaks, bus, another bus, club, bus. You get what I'm saying? So honestly, I don't even know what to tell you to get for your shoulder. You know, maybe some, I was gonna say some muscle relaxer, but that's a little OD. That's a little bit much. I don't know, some Tiger Balm. Just kidding. I don't know what to tell y'all for your shoulders. I don't think it's so extreme that you're gonna need a shoulder brace, but you never know. I don't know how much you're crocheting, but one thing that I can tell you to get so your hands don't cramp is the compression gloves. So the compression gloves will help you to crochet for longer periods of time. Now, I'm not going to tell you to, you know, run yourself thin, run yourself dry crocheting so much so that you turn into the yarn, but you could use the compression gloves in order to help you. Let me know down below, which one of these products do you have, and does it really help you? Because I know that I have the electric yarn winder and I love it so much, but which ones do you have, and are you thinking about getting any of them? Because I think that I would be interested in getting the gloves and the steamer. Now, I was gonna go get the gloves. Well, I was in the store with the gloves in my cart probably last week, but then sometimes the impulse in me is like, you don't really need it. You don't really need it. It was in my cart, so obviously I thought about it and I thought I needed it. So why didn't you get it? Because in here my brain told me I didn't need it. So, but let me get back to the crochet gadgets. Now, this one I think is really, really cool, because if you're crocheting in the dark, or if you have bad eyesight, you can have the hooks that have the lights attached to them. So these are crochet hooks that have, it's like one big crochet hook, and you can take off each attachment, so you can have It's one crochet hook, but you have the size 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that can attach to that one piece. So you can take it off and put it back on, take it off, put it back on, and it has a light attached to it. So it's a great way to, you know, help yourself while you're crocheting, so that you don't strain your eyes and that you actually don't miss a step. Because, you know, once you miss that step and you realize you missed that step, but you already 10 rows, you already finished 10 rows after that, you're not going backwards. Because I don't go backwards. I'm telling you from experience, I'm not going backwards to see what it's gonna be that. And most of the times you are having to look down. So one thing you can get is called lazy glasses. They have them all over Amazon. I'm probably gonna leave one link down below. But lazy glasses, I wish that I could wear lazy glasses or have prescription lazy glasses, because they don't make them big enough to go over my glasses, and I usually always have big glasses. I don't never have like the skinny ones. If I had the skinny ones, it would probably go over it perfectly, but I don't. So womp womp womp. So sad for me. But that's a great way to, you know, not have your neck hurting so much. And from sitting up all the time, I know it's hard to lay down and crochet, because it always ends up putting pressure on both your arms. You're leaning on one side and then crocheting with the other, so I tend to sit up straight. And one way to not help hurt your back is by having a back brace. Now this seems a little extreme, but you could just get one of those regular back braces. This is just to correct your posture. I know that I was looking up one for scoliosis. Don't judge me. I was looking up one for scoliosis, and those, they have cute ones, honestly. So you can get one of those, and I think it just helps you, you know, correct your posture. Because you don't want to be, no offense to the old ladies, but you don't want to be the old ladies that, you know, are hunched over when they're older. You know what I'm saying? No shade. Love you, grandma. Love you, granny. All right, Yarniversee students, thank you for tuning into my video today. I love you so very much. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for even watching a second of this video. If you watched the whole thing, I love you so much more and more. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment down below anything that you'd like for me to know. If you're actually gonna buy any of these things, do you already have some of these things? Should I get some of these things? Let me know down below. But thank you for tuning into my video, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.